Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. Beaufort County school officials say Hilton Head Middle School will be ready for students when school starts in less than 2 weeks, after recovery crews have been working for the last 3 weeks to clean up a mess caused by vandals that did over $1 million damage to the school over a weekend in mid-July. Over 75 classrooms, locker rooms, bathrooms, the gym, cafeteria, auditorium, and hallways, all damaged by the release of multiple fire extinguishers, spray paint, floor stripper, shampoo, conditioner, and possibly other contaminants. No particular hate speech or symbols were reported to have been written. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Department, still investigating the crime, still has made no arrests. We talked earlier this week about the upcoming Bluffton town elections and how Mayor Lisa Sulka is not going to run for a 5th term. Well, Port Royal will also elect a mayor and fill 2 town council positions in November, with filing for those positions now underway. Mayor Joe DeVito has said he does plan to seek a 2nd term. Jerry Ashmore has indicated he will run for re-election to one of the council positions. Port Royal, of course, has its largest capital improvement projects ever underway right now, including the redevelopment of the Port of Port Royal. A young murder suspect from Burton has finally been brought back to the U.S. to face charges of murdering his stepfather. 23-year-old Daniel Adame Guatemala escaped to Mexico after the February shooting of 29-year-old Christian Hernandez. The suspect then fled deeper into South America before returning to Texas, where he was apprehended at the border and then returned first to Charleston and now to Beaufort. A popular Bluffton pharmacy tech has passed away 5 months after being shot in Okatee while taking her 6-year-old son to school. 25-year-old Jillian Angner worked at Bluffton's Ulmer Family Pharmacy until the March shooting sent her to a Savannah hospital with wounds that she battled until passing this past weekend. Former boyfriend, 28-year-old John Shea of Bluffton, was arrested a week after the shooting and charged with attempted murder. Those charges, of course, could now be upgraded. He's been in the Beaufort County Jail since June. And we're looking at another boiling hot day today in the Lowcountry and across the state. But it's August. What about this fall? Well, government forecasters and the Farmer's Almanac say we should expect continued warmer than normal temperatures and maybe a wetter fall than normal as well. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, expects about a 50% chance of warmer temperatures than normal through November, with a 40% chance of above average rainfall. If you believe the Farmer's Almanac, it's going to cool off for Halloween with a pleasant November. So we've got that to look forward to. For more information on these and other Lowcountry stories, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. Plenty still going on in sports, with high school football practices beginning. We're going to highlight one of the Lowcountry teams in just a bit. Justin Jarrett has more.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. We've mentioned the trend of Lowco all over the leaderboard, and we have a couple more Lowco golfers on top of the standings going into the final round of the Beth Daniel Junior Azalea up at Country Club of Charleston. Hilton Head Prep's Jack Crousore stayed red hot after opening with a 7 under 64 and fired a 67 on Wednesday to get to 11 under and maintain a narrow 1-shot advantage over North Carolina's Thomas Horne. And May River's Claire Green surged to the top of the girls' standings after a sterling round of 4 under 67 in round 2 to jump up from a tie for 12th into a tie for 1st, along with Savannah's Mary Miller at 1 under. High school football season kicks off for one Lowco team Saturday night with the first full slate of Friday Night Lights on August 18th. And one of those opening matchups will be a Lowco on Lowco clash between rivals Thomas Hayward and John Paul II, both of which have new coaches at the helm.
I'm not looking past Thomas Hayward because that's a big game that I don't think we've ever beat Thomas Hayward in the program.
New THA coach Tony McGeary is a 1982 alum of the school, and the Rebels also have a new quarterback in Caleb Snyder, who transferred from JP2 and is eager to take on his former team.
That's a really big game for me personally, and especially as a team looking at openers, so that's definitely on the schedule for sure on the 18th.
It's almost that time. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Thanks, Justin. Well, we've kind of given away the soon-to-be forecast. Yeah, it's going to be hot. Maria Soden has the details.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like it's going to be a hot one this week, and we are going to be under a heat advisory throughout this weekend and getting into next week. Also, we are going to see multiple thunderstorms as we get into the weekend. So taking a look at Friday, it's going to be cloudy with heavy thunderstorms in the afternoon and continuing on into the evening. Hilton is going to have a high of 93, a low of 79. Bluffton's going to have a high of 94, a low of 77. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 93 and a low of 78. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 6:44 and sunset's going to be at 8:11. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 1:11 p.m. and high tide's going to be at 6:28 p.m. Taking a look into the weekend, a little bit into next week, we are still, again, going to be on a heat advisory. The heat index is going to be well over 100. So taking a look at Saturday, it's going to be partly cloudy with highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. Come Sunday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon, and then it's going to be clearing up by the evening, highs in the upper 90s, lows in the 80s. And then come Monday, it's going to be cloudy with thunderstorms in the afternoon, but should be clearing up by the evening again, highs in the upper 90s, lows in the 80s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
When we come back, we're going to set you up for the weekend with all sorts of activities throughout the Low Country, and we'll talk a little high school football. Stay with us.